The creation of services is ultimately one of the major points of work the information professional is responsible for. As with all things, variety adds usability to tools and usefulness to information scientists and their organizations' goals, such as guides to resources or informational pamphlets on library services, or helpful resources recorded digitally or physically. Of course, resource formats are only the surface of what strong service can provide. At its heart, valuable informational tools need to be the key. A broad scope of valuable ideas and resource formats will always be greater than a narrow one. Of all my work, it is the LibGuides I created in various assignments that demonstrate the potential for digital information the best. While visually simple in their presentation, they allowed me to present a wide array of information on the subject matter I created them for. This allowed me to make use of them for a variety of reasons, either for education or research assistance. In my first, a flipped learning curation project about creative writing, I was able to supply the theoretical user of the guide with resources and tutorials on how to write an outline, an educational resource to answer the patrons' or students' need for tutorial and guidance. On a more general front, I also created a resource organization guide that covers resources that can be used to locate information pertaining to abnormal psychological behaviors in children and adolescents. In order to help patrons looking for information about the subject, specifically if they are using UNCG's Jackson Library or online resources. The guide also includes a small quick reference to MLA and APA style guides, as well as links to more comprehensive ones, for the user that needs a little refreshment on the subject, a tool that I thought would be handy to the user. Ultimately, I would hope that these tools would be of benefit to anyone with a passing interest in either field, and say as much in the abnormal psychology LibGuide, but realistically, there are specific targets for each that we're taking into consideration. For the creative writing LibGuide, my target was a theoretical class, as per the assignment's instructions, though it could very well be applied to anyone seeking information on how to improve their creative writing. For the abnormal psychology one, the goal was very simply to address the research needs of students studying in that particular field. I believe this to be a key element of service creation, identifying your audience. To harken back to my response to the second SLO question, without knowing who it is you want to address, you cannot begin to address their needs. But I mentioned the benefits of a variety of resource formats first and foremost. For those patrons that do not have full-time access to online resources, or in case said resources become temporarily inaccessible due to equipment malfunction, will be vexed by the lack of access to such resources, and their information needs will go unaddressed as a result. Thus, I have also created resources that can be printed and physically distributed. This instructional handout was written about a far simpler topic: how to send an email. In creating it, I envisioned an older or younger patron that, while having had an email account, set up by themselves or perhaps by a relative, wasn't sure how to properly use it. To further illustrate my point of variety, however, I also created a video presentation through the Adobe Captivate program dealing with this subject, plus the process of how to create an email account in the first place, complete with videos and small quizzes to further aid the learner. Thus, I believe I have a demonstrable grasp of my abilities to create services for all manner of reasons in both of the major formats, digital and physical. Similarly, I have demonstrated my ability to do this with a variety of tools, be it online services such as LibGuides or simply Microsoft Word or Adobe Captivate, which, while not as important as simply being able to have a variety of formats, I believe demonstrates a broad and valuable understanding and ability to create such services. This ability to apply various technologies to the information sciences is something I will touch upon again in response to a future SLO question.